Hey Freedom Family, this is Mark, and I am so glad that you're here at _Freedom for Life _ where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. And I just gotta let you know, I am ready for today's conversation because today we are going to give you key, important, amazing tips for you to become the person you want to be. In fact, I could say it like this, to be the me that I want to be. So let's get started, shall we? So as we're getting started today, hey, could you do me a favor and do those top 5? Could you subscribe to become a part of the family? Could you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any conversation? Come on. Could you make a comment? Let us know what resonates with you and the conversations you want to have. Could you hit a like so we know that what we're doing makes and matters to you? And could you do this? Could you check out down below Instagram and Facebook? We have our links there, and we'd love for you to be a part of the conversations and the family that's out there as well. Hey, and by the way, I don't know if you know this, but this is the beginning of a new year. This is 2021, and because it's a new year, we have this obligation, whether it's internal or from people around us, that we have to have New Year's resolutions. I don't know if you have yours yet. I don't have mine, and here's the truth of the matter. I've been amazing at starting New Year's resolutions and not really good at following through on them. Can anybody else raise their hand on that? See, it's so easy to start it, right? The diet or quitting smoking or going jogging or doing something or removing something in your life. It's always easy to start it, and we all have a desire to do it, but for some reason it doesn't work out all the time. And in fact, for most of us, me included, it was a big challenge. How about for you in your life? What typically happens in our life is this: we start off with the best of intentions, right? It is a good thing that we want to be better people, right? To be able to accomplish that task or be better at something or improve in some way. It's always amazing that we want to do that. The challenge is, and maybe you don't realize this, but sometimes things get in the way. You wake up late and you don't go to the gym, or something happens that just depressed you that day, so you don't feel like following your diet that day, or somebody offered donuts and, oh, okay, well, I just started, so I'll start tomorrow, right? There's always something that gets in the way of us being able to accomplish it, and because of that, we miss a day, or we miss a meal, or we change something that we weren't supposed to change, and one day turns into 2, that turns into 5, and then all of a sudden, the goal is by the wayside, and I'll try again next year. So what happened? Why are we not able to follow through on things that actually are going to make us better? Or even worse than not accomplishing the goal, accomplishing it and finding that the satisfaction, the excitement, right? That high of I did it lasts about that long. See, I don't know which one is more challenging, not meeting the goal or meeting the goal and finding out that it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. It's a good thing in itself, but I don't feel that much different. Are you somebody who's been there? Do you know somebody who has? Here's the interesting thing, a truth I need you to take home, put it in your pocket and walk out the door with it today. Your habits have a hard time leading to your happiness, because at the end of the day, your habits don't make you who you are. I know it's a philosophical and esoteric response, but what I'd like to say is your habits don't make you, you make your habits. The truth of the matter is, say the word with me, it all comes down to identity. The problem with some of our habits and our goals and our resolutions and the things that we're trying to do to change our behaviors is, I don't know if you've been there, but I have in my life, where I've changed my behavior because I need to be like that person or that type of person or that character, right? I'm changing my habits to be somebody else. The truth of the matter is, you'll never be somebody else, because it's too hard to keep up with who somebody else is. You make an amazing original, you make a really bad imitation. And in our mind, we already know that, and so the things that we do to try and change will never change us if we truly believe we're still that person who needed to change. It all comes down to this. The core of your life will come down to this understanding: who I'm created to be will determine the habits, the direction, and the satisfaction in my life. If you believe you're less, then you're never going to make it. You're not meant for satisfaction. You're not going to find that person you love. You're not able to get that position, that promotion, that thing. If you believe that's the person you are, Everything in your intent and your desire will make you that person. See, it doesn't come down to habits or changing to be somebody else. It comes in the place of understanding that you're an original, a one of a kind, all by yourself. And here's the interesting truth that'll change your life forever. When I walk in the fullness of my identity, understanding who I am and walking in it, all of a sudden my habits transform on their own. Because I will walk in the habits that affirm that identity that I have, instead of trying to make myself different to hope to become somebody someday. And so what I'm not saying is that you shouldn't have habits or resolutions or try to become better or do differently. But here's the truth of the matter. It is coming from a place of who you are, then you'll succeed at it. If not, then you're really becoming somebody else. It's like this, a super simple example. It's like an apple tree trying to produce apples to prove who he is. It sounds foolish, right, when you look at it from that perspective, but isn't that what we do sometimes? We try to succeed at things and change things and do things because we're trying to prove who we are. How does an apple tree produce apples? Well, he just does. Because apple trees produce apples. What that tree is naturally causes the things to come about, leaves and apples and all of that stuff. What about the stuff in your life? If you understand who you are naturally comes out of you. You don't have to change habits, you don't have to stop language, you don't have to make different decisions on diets, because if you understand who you are just comes out, just like the apple tree. And I know that's a tough concept, and so here's the question, as always, is, okay, well, how do I get to the place of understanding who I am? I would give you this gift and tell you, first and foremost, first off, can we stop trying to be someone else? Can we stop trying to fit in or to measure up or to make happy other people that are around us? Can we look in the mirror for a little bit and say, hey, who am I really on the inside? What makes me unique? What makes me different? What makes me special? At the end of the day, I believe you're a masterpiece, a one-of-a-kind creation. I believe there's nobody else in the world who has ever lived who is exactly like you. And if you're that unique and you're that amazing and you're that different, then maybe you can change your mindset to start to look at those things in yourself and about yourself. What could you discover this week about you that would make you happy, would make you excited, would make you pleased with who you are? What could you find in your habits and the things that you do naturally, the things that make you excited, the things that are just normal to you that other people struggle with? What makes you you on the inside? Can you answer that question? Just give me one this week. Even put it in comments or on Instagram or on Facebook. What's one thing that makes you you? That's the beginning of unearthing this amazing treasure called your identity. And if you could do that, your life will be changed forever, and your habits and your actions will come in alignment with who you're created to be. It all starts with identity. And because I know it starts with identity, I need to make you aware that, hey, we have some more tools coming up. We're actually going to be premiering a video on a teaching on this channel within the next 3 weeks. And that teaching will take a deep dive into identity so that you'll understand a lot more of who it is you can be and who it is that you are, and have some great amount of tools to allow you to unearth that treasure yourself. Look for that down the road, but in the meantime, do that one assignment. What's the one thing that makes you unique? Last thing I want to tell you as well, because we are here to give you tools, truth, and knowledge. Our goal and our journey is to make sure that you have everything you need to become all that you're created to be. And so with that in mind, on Zoom, I'm going to be doing a class. It's called Freedom Basics, but it's not basic at all. It's a class that deals with identity and whatever's standing in the way. So you can really have the robust teaching and training on how to be the person you're created to be, not the person you think you're supposed to be. That training will be on Zoom on February 10th at 7 p.m. It's February 10th at 7 p.m. The information to the Zoom class is down below. You can grab that info. You can join me at that time. It's an absolutely free class. I'm not charging you because I need you to know who you are. And I desire, and we desire at Freedom for Life to give you tools to do that. And that tool will happen February 10th at 7 p.m. Don't miss it. But in the meantime, celebrate you this week. You're worth celebrating. If there's no one else like you, then you are a one-of-a-kind treasure that should be celebrated by you and others around you. Do that, and you'll find that this week it won't be your habits that change, but your outlook on the rest of your life. Yeah, I'm Mark, and I am glad you're here at _Freedom for Life _ where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. And you are on your way, by the way. Do me a favor and do my top 5. Subscribe to be a part of the family. Hit the notification so you can be a part of our conversations. Give me a comment so that we can have an interaction. Conversations aren't one direction. I want to hear back from you. Hit the like bell so we know that what we're doing here resonates with you somehow. Right? And down below, Instagram, Facebook, and that Zoom class. You'll find the information down there to join conversation and get those tools from that class, that Freedom Basics class. Do me a favor also. Share this with somebody who needs it. And by the way, who needs it? Everybody that you know. And last but not least, the one thing I need you to do this week, other than that assignment of finding that treasure, is do this. Dominate your day.